but she surprised Jeremiah and I by telling us that she's CEO of Russo Jewelers because it's her birthright. What does that mean, Shirley? That girl? That girl? Shirley? Oh, Shirley. It feels good to celebrate the new year in a setting that I belong, in a setting where I've always belonged at. Vivian. What's up, Yvette? Came to wish your bestie a Happy New Year? Are you okay now, Shirley? I will be. I'm just not sure when that's gonna happen. Do you think you'd be able to explain to me why your daughter feels entitled to Russo Jewelers? To be honest, it's my fault. It's all my fault, Shelley. What do you mean it's your fault? What did you do? I got pregnant by a married man, and that man was Lorenzo Russo. You have no idea how good it is to see you, Isabel. I wanted to let you know that I did open your gift for Christmas. What did you think? I absolutely loved it, Isidore. Truly. Is that why you stopped by the hotel, or did you come here to see the fireworks like you do every year? You're not gonna like this, Isabel, but I came by to see your son. What do you want, Lorenzo? I came to speak with my daughter. So you're accepting the fact that I'm your daughter? What do you actually want? I feel like I already know, but I like to hear it from your own mouth. I don't want anything from you, other than getting to know you better, Vivian. What's wrong, Yvette? I made a terrible mistake, Dee Dee, and I wasn't sure what to do, so I called you. Sounds like you called the right person. Let me give you some words of positivity. In a short time, we'll be in a new year. Whatever you did, you'll be able to give yourself grace and get a fresh new start. This is really serious. What I did, it's gonna affect me for the rest of my life. Now that Vivian acquired a billion-dollar company through deception, I guess that means my past has finally caught up to me. I understand that she's your daughter and that you love her, but Vivian is responsible for her own actions, surely. Has she always known that Lorenzo Russo is her father? How did you even get involved with Lorenzo to begin with? It was only once. I know that doesn't excuse what I did, but years ago, I worked for the Russos as their cook. They hired me because they liked my cooking and my personality when they met me at a food festival. And to answer your first question, Vivian never knew who her father was growing up, and Clarice wanted to make sure it stayed that way. Clarice knew about you and Lorenzo? I'm the one who told her about Lorenzo and the pregnancy. And Shelley, she was so mad. Throughout my time working for the family, she was the sweetest person. When she found out that her husband got me pregnant, I was so terrified. It was as if I was looking into the eyes of a monster. She threatened to have Vivian taken away from me if I didn't leave town. And because of Clarice's threat, you were gonna take this secret to the grave? What do you need to speak with my son about? Do you remember when I told you that I was expecting a huge, positive change in my life? What does that have to do with Pacho? I hate to tell you this, Isabel, but your son played me for a fool. He was scheming with someone I foolishly allowed into my life. Who is he scheming with, Isidore? My father's bastard daughter. Are you not aware that you had 20 years to get to know Vivian? Were you not aware that I had no idea she even existed? You could have found out if you thought to check up on Shirley after you got her into your bed, instead of pretending like she never existed after she left Valley Park. I don't need to answer to you, Bacho. This is a conversation I should be having with my daughter, alone. You think I'm gonna trust you to be alone with her? I don't need to be protected, Pacho. I've got this. Alright, I won't be far. Do you really expect me to buy the apologetic father act. Are you sure it's that bad, Yvette? I've ruined my life, and what I did might ruin everyone else's life. Just take a deep breath. After you did that, remind yourself that it ain't the end of the world. It is, Dee Dee. This is the dumbest thing I could have ever done. Aight then, tell me, what did you do? That was a plan till I gave my life to Jesus and met Isaac. When I got married, I didn't want any secrets to be between us. If you were so focused on keeping Vivian in the dark, then how did she find out that Lorenzo was her father? One of the times that Isaac encouraged me to tell Vivian everything, she overheard everything. Ever since then, it's clear that she came up with this scheme that would lead to her own destruction. Lorenzo cheated on Clarice and had a baby behind her back? My father cheated, but he never knew that the child ever existed. As for my mother, she's always known and made the foolish decision to keep quiet, especially when it mattered most. What do you mean by that, Isidore? My mom was suspicious and wondered if my intern was the bastard she tried to keep hidden for 20 years. Wait a minute, are you talking about a young woman named Vivian? This isn't an act, Vivian. In fact, I'm disgusted that Clarice hid you from me for your entire life. Or maybe you're disgusted that I grew up only to turn your family against one another and take over Russo Jewelers. Here's the thing. For over 20 years, I thought I had lost my only daughter. It broke my heart to find out that I spent that time not knowing that I had another daughter. A daughter who needed her father, and it pains me that I missed out on so much. My mama did her best. As for Isaac, he's been great ever since he married her. The commissioner isn't your father. Since you're my daughter, I'd like to know you better. I believe there's no better way of doing that than inviting you to live at the estate. Are you trying to put my life in danger? I won't let a single person touch you, Vivian. You have my word. You accept? Only 'cause I should have grown up in that house. Most of all, I need to keep a close eye on my enemies. I'll let you know when I'm ready to move in. It happened on Black Friday. What happened on Black Friday? When I walked away from you and Zeke, You know what? Never mind. I know exactly what I'm gonna do. If it brings you any comfort, Vivian is an adult now. The Russos can't take her away from you, Shirley. Even though it's clear that she's got a lot of growing up to do, she's got more power than the Russos since she's CEO. And the Russos will do whatever it takes to get that power back, Shelley. Most of all, I'm worried that Vivian might just lose her soul since she's got more wealth and power than she ever would have imagined. How do you know Vivian? Pacho introduced me when the Mitchells held their Juneteenth event here. I had no idea that they were conspiring with each other or that she was even your sister. My dad might have had something to do with that bastard's existence, but she'll never be a sister of mine, Isabel. Vivian will never be family. What are you going to do now? Happy New Year! Guess I'll have to discuss that later. Happy New Year, Isabel. Happy New Year. Since my year isn't on to a great start, would it be okay if I get a New Year's kiss? As long as you decide not to confront my son. Deal. Happy New Year, Quinlan. Happy New Year, Ben. Now that it's 2025, I really hope that you can cheer up. Max will come around and forgive you for keeping Vivian's identity a secret. You didn't see how angry he was with me. Happy New Year. I was wondering when you'd show your face. I really am sorry, nephew. I'm sorry for keeping you in the dark about my true plans. This really was the only part I was nervous about, Ben. We've been cool with each other ever since you found out the truth, and I hope it can stay that way. You've got the nerve to call me nephew when your actions have pretty much turned my little brother against me and caused more of a rift in my family? I never wanted to use you, especially after you freely signed over half of your shares to me. But I'd also like to speak to your girlfriend here. Discuss what exactly? I already spoke with Pacho, and he said that it would be okay if I speak with you on your program and offer you the biggest story of the year so far, my rise to power in my family's company. Ben already told me how you got that power, Vivian. Are you sure that you want to be on my program? We can discuss the sordid details off record. I just want the whole world to know my side of the story and how I plan to take Russo Jewelers into the future. What do you say?